James, I work on the front line, and I really want to warn people that COVID-19 is dangerous. In fact, it nearly killed me back in April and May. I'm 39 years old. I spent 4 weeks in hospital, nearly dying. Since then, I've not been well at all. I'm still breathless, chronic fatigue.
Yeah.
I've had a heart problem. I've got a constant tremor, pins and needles.
Oh.
James, people aren't scared of it, and they should be.
And this conversation that I was party to yesterday now moves to the point where somebody says, "Oh yes, but 90% of people who get it survive. So what's wrong with more people getting it?" How do you respond to that, Phil?
Well, yeah, I'm surviving, but I'm off sick still.
Yeah.
I've got 3 children who I can't go on bike rides with.
You can't be off sick. You can't be off sick because getting more people to catch it is a way to make sure that people stay in work. You see, Phil. I don't know if you've been paying attention.
I've been paying attention,
right.
and it's what I find difficult is that some people in the medical profession haven't emphasised how dangerous this virus is.
Right.
It
Are you
kills
sure?
people.
Who are you thinking of? I mean, you don't need to name names, but just give me a...
there's the people on this Great Barrington Brigade.
Oh, but they're not really in the medical profession, are they? They're like...
James,
yes.
James, look at it. There are people in there who are, and, people who work with me, who work with me, looked after me when I was ill,
really?
Believe it. People aren't believing it.
So that would be the climate science parallel. You get 97% of the world's scientists to say, black is black and white is white. 3% say, no, actually, it's all a bit grey. And the 3% get given so much attention because of, quotes, balance, end quotes, that people end up believing it.
But there's no balance in COVID-19. There's no balance. It's not a debate. If you get it,
I'm afraid it was yesterday. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been doing this thing that I was doing.
No, but it's not a debate, James.
Well, I agree with you.
It's fact.
Yes.
People are dying of COVID-19, and if you don't die, you're either really lucky or you're unlucky like me, who's living in this.
I know.
I'm on like this plateau of despair where I can't do anything anymore.
And 20% of survivors are reported yesterday, to have some form of long COVID, which some will be not as acute as yours, some will be more acute than yours.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 20%. I mean, it's massive numbers. It's not, you're not talking a few hundred people. This is massive numbers. And the health service, I mean, how would they manage going forward with long COVID?
Well, again, you're in the front line. You tell me. I think you work in anaesthetics, and please God, you're back there as soon as possible with an improved health. But the other argument I see, and I've obviously made a huge mistake, as I did also at the beginning of Brexit, by thinking these arguments are so stupid we don't need to challenge them. These people are best ignored. But you've got people in your workplace who've fallen for it. The argument that I heard yesterday was that if we loosen the lockdowns and send everybody back to work, even if it were possible to do this protect the vulnerable nonsense, which it clearly isn't, then lots more people would get it and the hospitals would get overwhelmed, and somehow that would address the waiting lists and the backlogs of non-COVID related care and operations that have obviously built up over the last year. So by overwhelming hospitals with coronavirus cases, we would improve the experience of cancer patients. Can you unpick that for me, Phil?
No, it's not. It doesn't need unpicking. I mean, it's just...
I keep hearing it. I heard it so many times yesterday that I almost died of familiarity.